Ladies and gentlemen, weebs and waifus, welcome to Kyo World here on YouTube. So imagine you tried to copy the Holy Grail War, but you downloaded the instructions from Wish. You got the ritual mostly right, but the servants are wrong, the rules are broken, and the entire system is basically held together with duct tape and bad decisions. Congratulations, you just created Fate Strange Fake. And somehow, it might be the most insane Grail War in the entire Fate franchise. Today, we're breaking down what Fate Strange Fake actually is, why the Grail War is completely messed up, and why the servants in this series are absolutely terrifying. Because when the Fate series goes fake, it goes hard. First things first, Fate Strange Fake is a light novel series written by Ryoga Narita, the same guy behind Durara and Bakano, which explains why this story has a million characters, multiple plot lines, and chaos happening everywhere at once. The story takes place in Snowfield, Nevada. Yes, instead of Japan, the Holy Grail War is happening in the middle of America. And instead of mages quietly killing each other, this Grail War turns into something closer to a magical international incident. But the real twist? This isn't even a real Holy Grail War. It's a bootleg copy. Years before the story begins, the US government decided something. They wanted their own Holy Grail War, because apparently when you see a ritual that summons legendary heroes from history, the logical response is, yeah, we should definitely try that ourselves. The problem? They didn't fully understand how the ritual worked, so when they recreated it, they accidentally created a glitched version of the system, which means some servants are missing classes, some servants don't belong to the class at all, and the Grail itself is not functioning correctly. Basically, this war is the off-brand Holy Grail War. And when you mess up a ritual that summons god-tier mythological heroes, things get dangerous fast. Now, normally a Grail War is scary, but Fate Strange Fake decided to turn the power level up to absurd. For example, Gilgamesh is here. Yes, the Gilgamesh, the king of heroes himself, which is already bad news for everyone involved. Because Gilgamesh entering a Grail War is basically like bringing a nuclear weapon to a knife fight. And he's not even the only problem. Enkidu, Gilgamesh's legendary rival Enkidu, also appears, which means the series basically said, what if we put two of the strongest servants ever in the same war again? And then it somehow gets even more ridiculous. The servant that shouldn't exist. Without spoiling too much, one of the servants in Strange Fake is something the Grail system was never supposed to summon, and the result is one of the most terrifying entities in Fate lore. Let's just say, if you thought servants like Berserker or Archer were dangerous before, this series introduces things that make them look almost reasonable. Why Strange Fake is so interesting. What makes Fate Strange Fake so cool isn't just the power levels, it's the scale. Most Grail Wars are secret battles happening in the shadows, but Strange Fake? This war starts becoming impossible to hide. You have servants destroying city blocks, governments getting involved, entire factions interfering, and multiple characters who are definitely not playing by the rules. It feels less like a secret mage battle and more like a supernatural war slowly spiraling out of control, which honestly makes it one of the most exciting Fate stories ever written. Now, should you watch it? So, if you're wondering whether Fate Strange Fake is worth checking out, the answer is yes, especially if you like overpowered servants, massive Fate lore, and chaotic storytelling where literally anything can happen. Because Strange Fate takes the normal Grail War formula and basically asks, what if we broke every single rule? And the result might be the most insane Holy Grail War yet. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Fate Strange Fake might end up being the best Fate adaptation yet? Or do you think the Grail War has officially gotten too crazy? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because the Fate universe is massive, and we've got a lot more chaos to talk about. And in the meantime and in between time, sayonara.